Hey YouTube, my name's Eve and welcome to my channel Pilates with Eve, where I am your pocket guru for all things Pilates, yoga, movement and meditation. Today we'll be together for the next 10 minutes focusing on a core activating Pilates series. So all you need is a mat. When you're ready, come down onto your back. Your knees will be bent, all 10 toes shining out in front of you, rolling down onto the back, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your arms just to rest down by your sides. Walk your feet a little bit closer in towards your sit bones. Place your hands just onto the pelvis and let's tip the pubic bone forward and feel your lower back just starting to arch away from the mat. Now let's go in reverse. Tip the pelvis backwards and use the mat underneath you as feedback for your spine. Just tilting forward on that in-breath and then starting to tip backwards on that out-breath. So this is a great way for you, perhaps, if you just need to mobilize your spine, just to wake up the lower half, each vertebrae feeding back onto that mat underneath us. And now let's come into more of a neutral position, so somewhere in between that forward and backwards tilt. Think about pressing the back of your ribs down and drawing and lifting up those lower abs. Arms pressed down, let's lift right leg into tabletop position and then bring your left leg up. Once again, reconnect with that marshmallow underneath your back. That feels good. Maybe the arms start to lift up towards the sky. Think about pressing those shoulder blades down into the mats. We'll be here for the next hour. I'm joking. We will be here for the next 10 seconds. Breathing in and then breathing out. Us thinking about hugging those thighs together. And then let's lower right leg down to the floor, tap those toes onto the mats, bring the right leg back, tabletop position. Left leg, tap toes, and then back. And let's get some fluid movement here. Just taking the knee down away from the center of the body, tap the toes to the floor. If that feels good, as your right leg lowers, maybe your left arm reaches up over your head, and then both arm and leg come back. So this is a tricky one for the brain. These are your dead bugs. As one leg lowers, the opposite arm reaches overhead. Beautiful. Keeping the head down for now. If you do want to level up, you could lift your head up towards the sky, lower right leg, lower left arm. Return it back. Inhale. And then exhale. Beautiful. Two more, one on each side. And then let's release. Bring the hands now behind the back of the neck, lower head and shoulders. Keep your legs here in tabletop. Lift your chest up towards your thighs, thinking about bringing the top of the rib cage towards the hips. And then let's breathe in to make our way down. Breathe out as you lift up, curling through your spine. Keep those legs bent, tabletop. Inhale, lower down. Good, let's do 3 more. Curling up. Always thinking about which body part is moving where. My chest is lifting up. I'm hugging the abs in, and I'm looking just towards my thighs. Last one, curl up, stay at the top. Reach your arms now down by your sides and start to pump your arms. If you've ever practiced Pilates before, you'll be familiar with this. This is your 100. Variation 1, we can keep the feet on the floor. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, stretch those legs long, pump those arms. And then for my friends who need something slightly softer today, your option can be feet on the floor. Let's keep reaching those fingertips long. Try and initiate those arm pumps right from the top of the shoulder. Pressing down, 1, 2, 1, 2. Could you maybe come up a little bit higher for the next 10 seconds? Whew. Don't forget to smile. In 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little rock side to side. Amazing. Bring the legs back to tabletop position. Cactus your arms now out to the side. Your palms will be facing up to the ceiling and the backs of your arms are firmly connected. Let's try and keep the head and shoulders down as your knees fall to the right. Then return them back up through table. and then they'll fall over to the left. So this is our side twist. We want to isolate or split the body in half here. The head, the shoulders, they stay connected to the mat. The legs, your heavy weights, are twisting to the side, using those obliques, side flexors of the spine. And then when you're ready, we can start to stretch those legs long. Bend your knees back to table. Come onto your back. Let the knees fall to the back of the room. Stretch the legs. Find your number 11 with your legs in parallel. Bend your knees and then come back. How does that feel? Whew. Always come back to anchoring those arms, anchoring those shoulder blades, and draw up through center. Final variation for those of you that want to level up even more. Keep your legs extended, bring them back up through center. As one unit now, we let those legs fall without rolling onto our side. Last two, one on each side. Last one, let them fall to the other side. Back up through center. Keep your legs lifted. Curl your chest up towards those thighs. Lower your right leg and reach for your left leg. Inhale here. And then exhale, let's switch. 1. And then 2. So you're using those hands to climb up that leg. Maybe you want to go for a little pulse here. Double pulse. Inhale and switch. Double pulse. Inhale and switch. Can you pull your upper body close towards those legs? Taking your gaze up. We're here for the next 10 seconds. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling it in my abs. Last 3. Last 2. And then 1. Keep that left leg lifted. Hover your right leg. Interlace your hands behind the back of the neck. Can we rotate right armpit across to left hip? Come back up through center and then switch sides. You've got your scissor kicks with your crisscross for 10 and 9. So now you're peeling opposite shoulder blade off of the floor. Rather than tapping elbow to knee, can you get armpit to hip? 2 more each side. Oh my goodness. And hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a moment here. Maybe a little rock side to side if that feels good. Wrap your hands just underneath the backs of your thighs. Let's start to roll a few times like a ball, massaging the back before coming up to seated and making your way onto all fours. We're going to repeat an exercise that we've already done today on the back from a different position. Tabletop position on all fours. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Draw the belly button in, find your neutral. Float your right leg all the way back and then reach your left arm. Return that arm and leg back and then let's switch sides. Right arm, left leg. Return arm and leg back. Find your flow. Reaching up, squeezing that back glute. Try and keep the head in line with the rest of your spine. And then back. Amazing. Just keep that coming. Reaching. And then releasing, tapping. Let's add some spinal movements. Right arm, left leg reaches, hold. Round through your back. Tap opposite elbow to knee. Feel the shoulder blades spread apart. Reach arm and leg away from each other. And then make your way onto all fours. And go ahead on the other side. We lengthen first those limbs. Then we curl ourselves up into a tiny little ball. Then we make a big shape with our body. And then we come onto all fours. 1 more on each side. Reaching. You guys are doing so well. We're almost there. This is your last one. Rounding. Spreading the shoulder blades. And then finding once again tabletop. Okay, time for the big finish. Tuck your toes. Slightly dome through the upper back so you feel really stable. Take a breath in, and then let's lift and hover the knees as you push the floor away from you. Lower your knees down, and then go again, lift up. So we've got our dynamic hovers. Soft bend through those elbows. Think about grounding down through your knuckles and through the balls of the feet. As one unit, you lift your trunk and then you lower. Let's do that 5 more times. Oh, anyone else sweating? 4. Pilates is no joke, right? 3, again, think about those shoulders being over those wrists. On this last one, maybe you hold it, hold it, hold it. Breathe. Feel those ribs expanding. And then zipping up. And we can lower the knees down to the floor. Beautiful work, my friends. Take a shoulder roll. Turn to face the front. Left hand just reaches to the left side of the mat. Right arm lifts up and over your head. Let's fold onto that left forearm. Just for a moment here, a side body stretch. Breathing into your right lung. Coming back up through your center and then going the other way. Come back up, let's take a twist. Left hand stays where it is, right arm lifts. Now twist from your torso and place maybe your right hand just on the outside of that left leg. You can then invite that left arm to reach further back as you take your gaze over your shoulder. Turning to face the front, we'll do everything on the other side. We lift up, twisting, rotating, and breathing into that stretch. Take a moment just to thank yourself for carving out 10 minutes of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys again next class. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys very soon.